It is scoreless at halftime at Candlestick Park, Azerbaijan and the United States. Let's show you what happened with the minutes before the opening kick. Jurgen Klinsmann, they pulled Clint Dempsey, soreness in his groin, precautionary. Chris Wondolowski got the start, and in the fourth minute, he darn near scored off the Zuzi free kick.
You know I love a set piece.
Oh, you love it.
And that's just disrespectful to Chris Wondolowski. You leave that man that wide open. He's going to want that one back. But showing up in places, being active, and being dangerous. Chris Wondolowski once again.
Out off the Bedoya cross, and Agayev in the nets making the save, and those were the two best opportunities. You get the word just before kick, and do you warm up with the same intensity if you're not in the 11?
No.
You just don't.
You warm up differently, and then when you make that switch very, very quickly. And he made it wonderfully from a mental standpoint, because he came in and he did his job. He found those little places and is approximating a little bit Clint Dempsey, although he doesn't have the individual flair. But ultimately, he's getting in places and being dangerous.
Two best opportunities. Now, Josie Altidore, let's go back 39th minute. Do you say this is a telling sequence?
Well, in the context of this summer, there are going to be times this summer where the U.S. is going to be under a tremendous amount of pressure and needs someone to relieve that. Josie fighting through this play right here and starting the counter, because there will be times against these teams in Brazil where they're under a tremendous amount of pressure. The ball comes out. You need Josie to get big. You need him either draw a foul or hold on to the ball, but don't just give it right back in the way that he did right there. As the guys come from behind, then it starts that traditional counter that the U.S. is very, very good at. And they're going to need those moments where Josie holds it up and then they counter. They recognize it. They smell it, and boom. And then that counter goal comes.
He's the only forward with the size on the squad to do that.
He's the only player right now that Jurgen Klinsmann has that plays the position in that 4-2-3-1 the way he wants. Now, they're playing a little bit differently with Chris Wondolowski here and almost that second guy up top, which we saw up there. But regardless, you're going to have that outlet valve. And it's good to see Josie out there. Yeah, I want to see him score, but I also want him to see doing that type of work to make it easier and give the team a breather, because they're going to be under a lot more pressure than they are when they're playing against Azerbaijan.
We talked about before the game the Jermaine Jones-Michael Bradley partnership. We're going to talk about that coming up. Best opportunity for the United States in the 15th minute off the Bedoya cross. Wondo saved. Scoreless at the draw here at the halftime, 45 minutes in a windy Candlestick Park. Candlestick Park, the venue. Do you know that Candlestick Park was the last venue the Beatles ever played in a live concert performance?
I did not know that, Bob Lee. Thank you.
1966. They're going to close the joint in August with a McCartney concert, so it's all rather poetic. How poetic has been the partnership between Jermaine Jones trying to stay at home and Michael Bradley with a little bit freedom to move up in the midfield as he did against Mexico? What have we seen in the first half?
Well, we're not seeing him play the same way as in Mexico. He actually reverted to form, and both of them kind of are back in those types of positions next to each other that we've seen in the past. It's worked very, very well. Michael Bradley coming late. I'm really impressed with the discipline that Jermaine Jones has shown when Michael Bradley is in that advanced position. So I think that they recognize that what makes them good individually is how they position themselves and how they pick and choose their moments. And Jermaine Jones has got to be very disciplined going forward, and certainly if they're playing this way in the World Cup. But I thought it was a very, very good half from them, finding the ball and finding the right positions and finding the right type of coordination that they maybe haven't shown in the past when they've played that type of position.
Again, it is Azerbaijan, number 85 in the world, and the match right now is scoreless. At the stick at the half, Chris Wondolowski criminally unmarked in the fourth minute. Unable to pick the corner, but he's had the two best opportunities. It's a scoreless match. We're going back there.